Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Donat Husjaino. Donat Husjaino is the Chief Product Officer of XData Group, a B2B software development company. He is the product development specialist with 10 years of experience in the field of FinTech. He has vast experience in business analysis, developing and monitoring project performance to ensure company success. Donat holds a degree from Dongbei University of Finance and Economics, a preeminent Chinese university in the fields of finance and economics. Prior to joining XData Group in 2023, he worked in two of Europe's top banks, Citadel and Swedbank, where he was involved in product development. Well, good afternoon, Donat. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Brian.
Awesome to have you here. I appreciate you jumping on a podcast, being 8 hours difference, calling there out of Estonia, which is great. I've only done one other podcast there, so you're my second from Estonia, doing this traveling across the world virtually. So I appreciate that. Donat, let's jump into your first question here. Your career spans over a decade in FinTech, including roles at Citadel and Swedbank. How have these experiences shaped your approach to product development at XData Group?
Yeah, thank you for this question. So I've been working in big Scandinavian Swedbank and in big also Citadel, it's a Pan-Baltic bank. And those are enterprises, lots of people, lots of branches, a big amount of clients, and a big amount of different kind of processes. So if you want to make any kind of product, you should have a good plan. You should have all the metrics. You must get an approach from the business that they want to have this feature. So lots of processes. And if we're speaking about more innovative and let's say neo-banking teams as are in XData Group, we are more proactive. So here we are trying not to bring all this enterprise stuff in scope with processes. And we're trying to make more products, more design, more prototypes, and to get features faster. So in these terms, we have a good understanding on how the products should be built in the enterprise, especially in the banks, how they should comply with all the laws and all the other, let's say, securities and risks. But at the same time, we know how to make all the process faster, quicker, and improve it in a better way.
Thank you, Donat. I appreciate that. And I know you took a lot of that experience from some of those larger banking organizations, and you're trying to improve a process in your platform at XData Group currently. So I appreciate some of the backdrop around your career and what you're doing differently at XData Group. Donat, at XData Group, you're spearheading the creation of super apps for European banks. Could you elaborate on the concept of a super app and its potential impact on the European banking sector?
Yep. So the first time when I have seen a super app was in the year 2015 when I was living in China. And there I first time see a WeChat Pay and overall all the WeChat environment where you was able to book a taxi, buy a plane ticket, get an insurance, pay all your, let's say, household, all inside one application. And I was amazed. And it's already 2024, almost 2025, and still we don't have such kind of super applications here in the Europe. Okay, maybe Revolut is trying also to get there, but still not yet. And what we are trying to do and what we want to do is to get more partnerships and to build some kind of products which include not only banking and fintech scope, but also some others, for example, like taxi driving or let's say planes ticketing and traveling. So we're watching this, let's say, in a scope of development and trying to be the first one who will do that.
Thank you. And that's really cool as we start to disrupt these industries. I like the fact that you can provide additional services and be diverse in your platform, offering all different kinds of services for your consumers. So I appreciate that. Donat, artificial intelligence is increasingly integral to FinTech innovations. How is XData Group leveraging AI to enhance the functionality and user experience of its products?
AI topic is very hot nowadays, and a lot of product managers and developers are saying that they're watching into AI and they're trying to use it somehow. Here in XData, we are constantly using AI. We have tried already different models, and let's say with some partners who have already an old banking system and they do not understand on how some features even inside of their banking system are working on the backend side. We have developed a specific solution which helps us to build these connections and to understand how these old cores are working. And at the same time, our developers are constantly using AI to enhance their code and to check possible variations of different algorithms which they're writing. And even in the product management side and analytics, we're also using different AI models just to understand on which competitors we have, how they're dealing with different problems. Because, previously we were spending lots of time on user research and product research, competitor analysis. And nowadays AI knows more and it's easier to use than just a Google search. So we're constantly using different kind of applications for our development.
That's amazing. And we've been really highlighting and discussing AI for the past 18 months pretty regularly on just about every podcast that I've had since then. I can tell you that using AI can help with some of that quality assurance, that QA work that you do, but also look at, as you mentioned, various ways to write the most efficient code, the most effective code, and bringing products to market much faster. So I appreciate the share. Donat, the last question of the day is, with the rapid evolution of FinTech, how do you stay ahead of emerging trends and ensure that X-Data Group's offerings remain competitive and forward-thinking?
First of all of our product managers and analytics, they're fond of fintechs and they're personally using different kind of applications all over the world. So me personally, I have at least like 30 different applications on my phone just to know which user experience all the competitors are bringing, new features, how it's working on different markets. And for me, that's very interesting. And at the same time, fintechs are not only about the banking nowadays. Because if you want to bring a good user experience, if you want to build some new innovative applications, which could be used by, let's say, people who are from the younger generation, for example, right now, 18 to 45 years old, then you should know all the user experience on the market from the applications which those clients, those people are using in their everyday life. So you should know how the YouTube is working, Spotify. You should know how the Instagram is working, even how the stories are working, because if you want to make and build some kind of a good channel of notifications and how to speak with your auditory, then you can bring, for example, stories inside of your application. And you should not like build a bicycle here. You can just look for a good user experience, which is already proposed by and used by Instagram. And you can just reuse it and the customers will like you, because already new application for them will not be so complicated, because part of this user experience they already have received from another applications.
That's awesome. And we're seeing, again, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but the integration of the different services within a platform or an application is really a game changer. And the less clicks or the less places people have to go to get that information is way more efficient and obviously serves as building more loyal customers. So appreciate you sharing your insights today. Donat, it was such a pleasure having you on, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you, Brian, so much. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.